All right, everybody, welcome to the newest garage project. This is my, well, it's now my house. It used to be Michelle's house. Now it's mine. I'm living here. It's our house, let's say. And so this is our new garage that we're going to be outfitting. It's roughly 900 square feet, I'd say, 10-foot ceilings, but we're going to modify it quite a bit, as we normally do. You can see a lot of lumber here. So today's job is to put a wall in. One of the things I was struggling with in this garage was trying to figure out how am I going to put a cabinet array in here with this weird kind of, there's a door here, this little pocket there. I was thinking about taking the pantry out and kind of figuring out how to do this. So instead, because of the depth of this, I was able to stretch the garage 4 feet. You know, they don't give you a lot of option in a cookie cutter house like this. But basically this entire, from this expansion joint back, was an add-on stretch. So what that allows me to do is to build a straight wall so that I have a place to put my cabinet array. And so we're going to build a, build a 32-foot wide wall. It's 31 and change from left to right. And then that's going to give me the ability to put my cabinets on a straight surface, which will look much better. And then that's going to give us the ability to build a mudroom. So I've always wanted a mudroom, and so we're going to build one. So the mudroom is going to be this section here, where the kids' catch-all and all that crap can kind of go in one spot. So Mike's not laying down a chalk line here. We already have, Mike came and got the air conditioning set up. So we already installed our Mitsubishi mini splits. The doors were insulated. Let me turn this thing on. The doors are insulated. And so we're actually going to Icynene insulate the attic space as well, but that'll be part of a different project. So step one, get the doors in, or the walls in and the doors in, so that way then we can get our cabinets installed once they arrive. They should be here in about 4 weeks. So we're doing Pro Slat in here. Pro Slat cabinets. We're doing the Lux line. And so, I'd rather be doing MSS Plus or something in here, but I need to test out stuff, make sure it's something I like. So doorway's going to go roughly here, and then I have this whole 20-something foot section to put our cabinets. And then from this line to the door is 24.5 feet. So we still have an extra deep garage, even when it's actually 1.5 feet deeper than my last garage. It's going to be really nice. We get rid of these openers and put our jack shaft on there, it's going to look great.
So as we decided, this is our outside of wall framing, this line, because we figured we know we can, if we open this door, we still have 6 inches to that line. So grab the tape measure, Trevor, let's confirm it. I think we were at least 6 inches, so we're going to be 4 inches inside of this line, because you had 3.5 plus a 1/2 inch drywall.
Yeah, I want to maximize the space, but we wanted to be able to open those doors with the air handler, and what I'm thinking about doing is setting the air handlers up in the attic. We'll determine that another day. So what's the plan here, Mike?
So put in the bottom plate first, and then we'll use our laser level to lay out the top plate where the top plate's going.
Okay.
Poke a couple of holes in the drywall, and then we'll get on the backside and find out if there's what I can attach the wall to. If there's nothing there, we'll have to put some blocking in to attach the top plates to, and then we'll stick frame it.
Well, oh yeah, they run this way.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
So I have to bridge across the trusses, unless we get lucky and there happens to be a truss where we're at, but I doubt it. It could be. We'll see. Yeah. Blocking, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Worst case scenario, we hack up your drywall and put some blocking and fix it.
Yeah.
No big deal. Well, I'll have to get you a new one. Once I touch it, it's over with. It goes from that to that.
He told me to bring his own tools. I gave him a whole set. You have the SDS. You don't have the right.
Well, this is. I'm using this to drill a hole in the wood, okay. So it's not going to get dusty with concrete dust. Just some wood, and I'm only going to get the bit dirty. I'll give it back to you nice and clean. Mm-hmm.
I'm not showing you where the bits are.
I have my own bits, but I know some bits are in here too.
You want to help him out? They don't need your help. He's got the right amount of fur going on right now. Yeah. Build a wall. Build a wall to keep him out, Mike. That's what you gotta do.
Just laying out for studs, Michael. So 1 every 16 inches. But the first one, you're not at 16, you're at 15 3/4 because you need to make it so that drywall, 8-foot sheet of drywall sits in the middle of the stud that's on the, basically on the 8-foot layout. So you mark your 8 foot, you can work back, or you can just go 15 3/4, then 16 on center every stud thereafter. So we're just doing this because I marked out where I want to put the wedge anchors. I want to make sure I'm not interfering with where stud placement will be.
This is gonna look pretty crazy. You know, I drew it in my head, but now that we're gonna see it in person, it's gonna take a while to get used to.
It's gonna feel at first like we're shrinking your garage,
I know.
but it'll end up not being.
All you have to do is you pull a car in, you're like, holy crap, this thing's so deep.
Yeah. Okay, let's put our blocks under there and you can drill the holes.
Keeping a real clean job site, real clean job site. And I'm just gonna chase them around with a invisible glass and a vacuum.
All right.
Michelle has no idea what she's getting into with her house. She just lets us go. It says she knows that at the end, it'll all be worth it.
Well, her husband will be happy. That's all she cares about.
Well, according to the internet, I'm never happy and will never fill the end of the hole.
Okay.
So you put the whole footer in and then cut out the door at the end?
You frame it around it and then just slice down. Yep. We just don't want to put an anchor bolt where a door opening is going.
Right.
Other than that, yeah. We'll figure out where it makes sense for the door and kind of feel it out once we get this bolted in.
This is the first garage we've done right, Mike. We did the air conditioning and the lighting
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, I agree.
Instead of working in a dungeon, a sweaty dungeon.
Yeah.
Now we can chill.
It is nice having the AC, man.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Every other time we do it backwards.
Want to do a 36-inch door?
Yep.
Okay.
8 foot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we put an exterior door on it.
You can. I mean, you don't have to.
I think
That's already the fire-rated door there.
Yeah, but an exterior door is more insulated in case I'm.
No, it's just solid core. I mean, the only difference is just the fire rating. But I mean, put a solid core. It doesn't have to be exterior, but whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's gonna. You don't need a threshold. Do you want one? If it's going to be exterior, it will have a threshold. It would make some sense to have it just simply because, but you can do the tile against it and it'll flush out with the top of threshold theoretically. We can hold the threshold up to be 3/4 to top of threshold off of the deck so that we can tile up to it and Swiss tracks up to it, it'll flush out.
Yeah.
So I can shim and pin the door just up so it's flush with Swiss tracks.
Yeah, I think it would be good to do that.
All right, so let's lay out for the bolts here. Okay, so the reason I put the blocks in is so we can get it up off the ground so he can not only drill through it, but the drill bit isn't contacting the concrete doling up the drill bit. So we can still lay it out, he can do his through holes, and then we can lay it on the ground and then follow up with our SDS Plus Milwaukee M12 Rotohammer.
You like that tool? It's pretty good.
It's a good tool. I mean, anything bigger than 3/8, I like the next size up, but that's great. Even 1/2 inch, actually, it'll drill 1/2 inch just fine too. Man, remember when we did Emmanuel's garage with a regular hammer drill? Holy mackerel. It took me 2 hours to drill like 12 holes. Yeah, if I only had that. Okay, go ahead and drill them. Calling our design center to find out what the overall width of the cabinet array is so that we can lay out the door in the proper location. So if you're interested in design, hit up design at obsessedgarage.com.
I can do this for you.
They can take care of this. They're even take care of Matt.
Yeah, that's a tough customer.
She's not answering. Yeah, he's kind of a pain. Because we're leaving a space off the right side of the wall still for reels, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So theoretically, it's 8 times 40 inches.
8 times 4, so 320 inches.
And I want to push it as close to the door frame as possible.
Well, we have 360 inches in width total. Oh, 380? Oh, okay. All right. I thought you said 360. Okay, it's 380. Okay, we're good then. So 320. So if we figure out, we can put the door, we can basically have the door. So if we did that, so it'll be 40 inches to the edge of door, plus another 4. So 44 inches is going to be the edge of door. So go down all the way to the floor. There you go. So that gives us basically 11.5 inches.
Perfect.
So we can put the reel, stack the reels instead of side by side. If
Or
we
stack
have to,
them, yeah.
we can put them height-wise. And then, like I said, we can put the vacuum reel inside the cabinet.
Yep.
Okay.
And we can even, when we're in person, when we can cheat it and make
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind even having the reels kind of tucked in there, kind of stealth-wise, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. For your SAE.
Oh, I think they're in the next drawer.
We can do metric, but it's going to be like 13 millimeter.
I got SA down here.
Here we go. This is fine. Look at that nice tight fit. We're good.
Do you want a little extended reach here?
Sure thing. Get a little extra leverage.
Yep.
Okay. Let's start tight here. Put that net away.
Doing some tool testing here, Mike. It's a wrench plier. You can epic. That's cool. So it's like a wrench, but a plier.
That's all you need. It's a tool in one.
Yeah.
You can hit it. Use this end to hit the bolts in.
I don't know about that. Sucker, I don't know what this thing costs, but I don't think it's cheap.
In other words, I'm not allowed to use it.
I'll get you your own. And they said I wasn't going to use this, Mike. I already used 2 things already, see? Yeah, this makes me happy. Yeah. No scratches, though. No dirt. Clean it off. Where are you going? Oh.
So this is going away. Okay, so we have all the studs laid out, and then what we did was we ended up putting the door just 4 inches off of this wall. It'll be an in swing, so it'll easily be able to open 90 degrees because you can see this is our 2 studs here. So the rough opening is from here to here. So door will in swing this way, and it'll even 90 degrees. It'll clear this. And we did a 36-inch door, so that way anything large that needs to get in here or in the house, we left it the same size as that door, so we're not restricting how much you can, like a couch or whatever. So typically a door, if it's a 36-inch door, it's 2 inches larger for the rough opening. So if it's a 36 by 96, you do, 38 by 98 and a quarter, 98 and a half in height. You usually go a little higher on the frame. That way you can get some adjustability if the floor is off or whatever. You give it a little more on height because you're not actually shimming the height, the shimming here, so that doesn't matter. It's out in the open, but you're shimming both sides. So it gives you plenty of fudge. So now we got the bottom plate in. We can get the laser, line it up with the ceiling, mark a few lines up there, lay it out, and then we'll pop some holes in. And we'll probably have to go attic side and see where that lays out and see if there's anything. If we happen to be close to a truss, we can nail off on a truss. If not, we're going to have to block between trusses to attach the wall to. So the thing too is there's a void up here. There's a space up here where there's another room. So depending on how we are with that, hopefully we can sneak something under there to attach to, because we need to have that top plate attached to something solid. Because we can get to this side and we can get to this side, but out in this open area here, we'll have to see what we can get to. We may have to, like I said, that's where we may have to cut drywall to put a block in. We're just looking to lay out the center, so that way the line is center of wall. Matt's rechargeable batteries aren't very well charged. Too far? Dang, chargeable batteries died. Maddie.
Matt was talking crap about your battery game.
Was he? That's, those are not charged. Not a good situation. Yeah, let's go in and catch that, huh? Thanks for giving me some dead batteries. Do you have any batteries that are actually charged?
That's all I got.
That's it? So your battery game's a little off.
No, your battery game. Battery game's great.
No, you gave me dead batteries. Been using them all up, I guess. Where's your charger for these here batteries? You get a little flash
I gotta
charge.
go dig it out.
Oh boy. I'm giving you a job to do. Okay, so we used the laser, measured center of the wall. Laser line up here, marked a few dots here. We'll go ahead and snap a line. The likelihood of us catching a truss is slim to none, but we're gonna see what we got. And then we'll just block, like I said, we'll block in between trusses if we have to, and then attach the top plate to the blocking. So we may have to, because we only have access to this much of attic on either side. So when we come underneath this room, if we're not on anywhere we can screw or attach to, we're gonna have to cut drywall, slide in a block, nail off, screw off to that, and then we'll have to fix the drywall. I'm gonna snap it. You ready? Okay. Okay. He did not authorize the use of drywall on the handles of the screwdriver. Okay, so what we need to do is now we have to go up in the attic and find where this is poking through and see what we are in location of trusses. If we're within the thickness of the 2x where there's a truss, we'll be okay. Holy mackerel, oh my gosh.
It's probably like 100.
Oh, it's like 125 up here. All right, I see the screwdriver. Yep, so we're gonna have to block. You wanna see it, Michael? It's right here. So we're a good 5 inches away from these trusses here. So we're gonna block in between. Not ideal, not ideal. Yeah, I'll get everything I can get access to from the attic side, put blocks in, and then what we'll do is where we can't get to, where this room is. So this, from here to there, I'm gonna have to cut some, probably, I'd say 1, 2, probably 4 slots in the drywall from that side and fit in the boards and screw them in.
Got me some Ely's. One for the back, one for the front.
So I went upstairs, obviously it's the next day. I went upstairs, I measured. We already have a nailer right at the end of this, where this drywall ceiling meets this wall. So I'll use my first nailer there that's for drywall to screw off our top plate. Then I'm gonna put 3 more in here. Then I'm gonna go to the other side of the room, do 3 on that side, and then we're gonna worry about cutting the drywall and getting some nailers put in here, or some blocking put in here. So I've got these cut. I measured the trusses. They actually are not really perfectly on layout. We got 21.5 to start with between, because they're doubled up. Then we have 21 9/16, 21 and 5/8. So I had to cut them all specific, labeled them. So we're ready to go. Chase is gonna help me. Ready, Chase? All right, come on, buddy. Let's go. Chase, you're not carrying any tools. You're supposed to be carrying tools. He's supervisory role. He doesn't like heights either, so he's gonna supervise from down low. So remember when we came up here yesterday, Mike, that was about 135 and 80% humidity up here, 90% humidity. Now it's about 75 or 80. Much better. All right, so what I'm gonna do is use some 3.5 inch construction screws, and I'll just toe screw this in, because these are doubled up, so through screwing I would not have much bite into the blocking, so I've got to toe screw them in the block into the truss. Okay, there's that one. So I'm going to put them on 24-inch centers. Michael, are you here, Michael? 24-inch, Michael. So I can get all this out of the way. Okay, so this is what I'm using. So 3.5 inch, number 9 construction screws. 4. That's it. Okay. It really is, Mike. This is what you call riveting content. All right. Now, our next one is probably, we might be able to make it right before we get under this thing. I can get to it. I just have to move some insulation and then I'm gonna have to cut another block. And the other side is a mirror image of this side. So we get these done, do the other 4 blocks on the other side, and then we can do everything from the garage side. So it's our last block at 21.5. It's a 400 key, Mike, for a 5th gen, buddy.
That's for your rig.
That's for the rig. We should show people the rig, Mike, at some point. Hey, Mike, this wall's not going anywhere. Yeah. That's dad lingo, buddy. It's not going anywhere. Yeah. So we got to go through Matt's master bedroom. Yeah, I can do those off camera. So it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to use the nailer that's existing, over there, and then 4 blocks. We know we come just to the edge of this room in here, and then we'll do the other 4 on the other side, and then what I'll do is have to lay out on the drywall where they need to go under this room. Then we'll cut drywall from the garage side and sneak blocking up there and attach it to the trusses.
All right,
and
so
then
we know we have our blocking on this side, and I confirmed, layout with a screw everywhere center block is. So I continue my layout from that screw because this one's off layout because we have this can here. So I went from 24 off of that screw. So this is our 48 inch. So there's 24, 24 on down. So I'm gonna have to do, what did I count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cuts, at least 5 cuts because of the room that's above. So I laid out plenty big enough because I'm gonna cut this square out. That way I can get my hand, the screw gun in there and screw the block in, because the patch is a patch. Whether it's a 6-inch patch or 20-inch wide patch, it's still the same deal. So I'm gonna take it from this line, so this will all be hidden by the wall. So this, you won't see I won't have to do anything to this ceiling to fix it. So everything will be on this side. So if I can't match this texture real well, I can just retexture the whole ceiling in here, and it'll look great. So I'm gonna cut this now. I'm gonna cut it as far back that I catch a truss, and then I can center up on the truss. And then I can have something to screw the patch back onto, and then we'll have the blocking going this way to screw to. So that's the plan. So I'm gonna do that now, and then we'll have to do that 5 or 6 times, and yeah, then we'll be good. All right, so this is where we'll screw when we put the patch back in, we'll screw here to hold the patch in. Now we have our other trusses right here. So now we can put our blocking in, screw it there, screw it here, and then put our patch back in. And we'll do this, 6 more times. Okay, all right. So yeah, we'll mark them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or whatever, so we know which ones go where. Okay, hand me that gun. All right. 5 more to go, just like that. Then we'll put these back in, and then we can put our top plate in. So you can see this is the room above, right here. There's the floor. So obviously I can't get in here to put block in, so.
We gotta go to
OG. Yeah, we've got Owen who's coming, who won the garage giveaway. He's coming by. He said he wants to talk to us about his plans, so I guess he's coming. So you gotta meet him over there.
actually in a different video.
Right, I know, but yeah, go see a day in the life. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, that will be in another video. So, all right, Trev, grab me the screw gun. Let me get this one screwed in. So we're putting our drywall back in that we took out to put the block in. So we're just getting it screwed back in, then we can install our top plate. So
Tape around that, or how do you?
I'm gonna tape it, Mike. I'll tape it and skim coat it and texture it and the whole nine. So there's gonna be some patching due anyway, so get that done after we get the wall built. Because we have to do drywall anyway, so we do all that, we'll do it at the same time. I don't like having everything in disarray. At some point you have to stop, organize a little bit, then start back to work. Okay? All right, I think we're good. Vacuum's clean, tools are put away and clean, organized. We're good.
You just shot a little Instagram reel there, Mike. How's it feel?
I feel like a celebrity, Mike, to be honest with you. You know? Yeah. Okay, I'll be right back. Go put this away.
All right, Mike, what are you doing?
So we're getting the top plate installed. So we went ahead and marked where our blocking is up there, so we can go through and screw it off, and then we're going to put a doubler in. So we'll go all the way to the end. Then we're going to put another one in that'll basically bridge the joints where they butt up. You'll see what I'm talking about. So anyway, we'll get all these installed, and then we can start putting our studs in. Let me see. Actually, no, definitely not.
What are you looking for there?
The board's kind of like this, so we'll use that for blocking. Put that on the floor next to it, next to the stack. I believe this is out here, it's some sort of spruce. So if it was back in California, it'd be Douglas fir. How many speed square? But here, I think it's fir. I mean, spruce.
How do they make it to, like is it just a sheet of wood at the center of the tree?
Yeah, it's the whole tree. They just cut it this way and then cut it this way. Yeah. And then now the sawmills, there's a camera that looks at the log and it determines the best way to get the most wood out of it, whether it's 2x4s, 2x6s, 2x8s, 4x4s. It's just the trunk. I mean, part of it could be the outside edge, whatever, but it's the vertical.
It's one tree.
It's not, yeah.
Yeah,
You can't splice it. Like trim you can, but not this. So obviously that was close to the edge of the tree because there's a knot in it, or branch that came in from here. I think Betsy, some of these trees are pretty small, probably not that old. I mean, you can look and see how close it is to the center of the tree. So there's the end. Let's see if the other end shows better. So there's the center of the tree, would be right about there. Mm-hmm. So as you can see, it's smaller circles right there. Mm-hmm. So that tree's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 years old just to get to there, from there to there. Yeah, well, just hold it there for now and then.
If you knew you were building a wall in about 10 years, you could start planning.
I could, right? See, that's planning right there. I'm gonna plant some trees because I'm gonna build a barn. Then I figure out how many trees I need, and I start planting them out in the field.
Right now.
Yeah.
3 screws on each row.
I'm going to, yeah.
Is that code?
No, 2 is necessary. If 2 is good, 3 is better, Mike. That's the shot, Mike. That was good, buddy. Good job. You're really good at your job. Evenly, so we measured out 6 feet on either side. Come on up, Trev. Flip it this way. Like that. Okay. Normally you'd want to build a wall in the ground, but when there's already existing, you can't really do that. So now we're going to start throwing in some studs. So, and then what I'm going to use is we're going to block the wall. So I'm going to use the remnants that's over on each one of these for blocking. So we have our stud layout, right? So we know first stud obviously is against the wall. Then we go here after the line. And wherever an X is where a stud is. And then what we'll do is we're going to take in, we'll get our 4-foot level. Then we could lay out all the studs up here. But if we tap one in and get a 4-foot level for plumb, or we can measure off this one and go off and mark wherever we have a stud here and just line it up there. So there's 2 ways to do it. Yeah, I'm using laser. So see how I've got it lined up? So the front, the face of the bottom plate, and I mark the face up here, and then I just transfer the line.
And what do you do that for?
That way the studs are on, remain on layout, and they're perfectly plumb. Nice pressure fitment. That's what we want, Mike. We don't want a gap. I had a Publix, a pub sub, Mike.
What kind of stuff do you usually opt for?
I change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I probably, more often than not, I get roast beef. Boar's head roast beef,
Yeah.
pepper jack, some garlic aioli on there,
Nice.
lettuce, light on the tomatoes,
Got it.
olives, white onions, and spinach.
Interesting choice.
Whatever. They had the chicken tender sub, which we tried the other day. Remember that? It was they called it the Buccaneers special for the Tampa Bay. It was a little spicy. It tasted good. It did taste really good, but it was, it got me. All right, Trev, nail gun.
So you go 3 per.
Yep. 1, 2, and then 1 in the center on the back side. Just plugging away at stick framing this thing, and then we'll probably, I mean, if we have time, we'll go get some drywall today. I'll do a takeoff and figure out how much drywall we need, and then, but we have this little short wall to do here, which I'm going to confirm with Maddie who actually wants it, because if this door is shut, this section of the garage will not be air conditioned from that. So if he really wants a door, I guess it makes sense, but
That's
you know.
going to be kind of the utility part, right? There's compressor and all that.
Yeah, it will be. So that makes sense to have the door there. I just want him to be aware, you know, if you thought about it, it's not going to be conditioned.
Okay.
But I don't think he's going to care, because it will make it quieter. With the air compressor is going to be there, the vacuum is going to be there. So I think it'll be all right. So we're finishing up our wall here. So Trevor, 114 and 11/16. So I'm just going through. I'm laid out to here right now. Going through and measuring. Trevor's doing the cuts for me. I nail them in place. There's a lot of studs on this wall.
It is, yeah.
Spared no expense, Mike. Every 16s. No 24-inch centers here. No. Hey, Mike. You know, yesterday I was told that we smell good. You get a measurement on this one?
I'm going to show people how to do a doorway.
It's easy, yeah, I'll just show you. So now we're at the door opening, right? So now this is going to be our king stud that we're going to put in. And then the next one will be a jack stud, which will have what we'll make as basically a header with some more 2x4s. Then we'll have another jack stud, another king stud, and then the stud against the wall. So we're almost there. So a door, if you have a door, any door, it's usually the rough opening is 2 inches. You can even go as big as 2.5 bigger than the door. So if it's a 36-inch door, 38-inch rough opening to 38.5-inch rough opening, and then you add about 2 inches also for the height. You can go as high as 2.5 on the height too. Just means more shims. Let's see here. Trevor, I'll give you a measurement. 7/8, 114 7/8, and we'll smack it in, because this one's got to be tight. This is a king stud. Jack stud's next to it, and then what's over the header from the header to this top plate is called a cripple. So we're going to do the jack stud, and then we'll put our stud out here, king stud, jack stud, and then we'll nail down in the top. We'll put our doubler up here. We'll nail down into the top of the jack stud, and then we'll put our cripples in. 96.5 plus the 1.5 inches that it's going to be sitting on puts the top of the bottom side of the header that'll be here right at 98 inches. So if he cuts one at 96.5, cut this one, Trevor, the one you cut short. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then we'll nail that one to here. Then we'll put this stud in, the one next to it, the other jack stud, and then we'll go across it. I'll measure this one. It is. We're one more stud away. I'm going to put this other king in, and then we can do our other jack stud, and then we're ready to go.
No, 115 even, just 115.
Gotta mark that. I'll make a mark.
41 and 3/16.
So 41 and 3 little lines. Just about got it, Michael. Installing our cripples. And then Trevor's cutting the last one. And then we're just about got it. All right, so this wall's framed. We gotta put our blocking in still, so that's not 100% done yet. So we still have to put blocking down the center and do our little wall there. So I guess we can work on blocking now, and then we'll tackle that little tiny wall there. All right, Mike, so we're just putting blocking in. So what we wanna do is, I'm splitting the wall in half. This keeps everything on layout because their studs are so long. Keeps the space even. So we're cutting the blocks at 14.5. The first one's not. First one's about 14.25 because we're coming in a 1/4 inch so that the drywall lays out on center stud at 8 feet. So, but that block is the only short one. Every one thereafter is 14.5 inches, and it keeps all our studs on parallel and on layout. Because even though you can be 16 on center down there, if the studs are, bowed or whatever, then they can be off layout as much as 3/4 of an inch or so. Going up. So this blocking keeps everything on layout.
And so you're kind of offsetting them like that so you get the
So I can through nail. Yeah, so you go up, stagger. So I can through nail here, and then I lower this one on the other side of it. So our center line is top of this, bottom of this. Okay?
very cool.
You got that?
Thank you.
Yes. You're quite.
You're gonna get this done
And then we'll probably tomorrow morning we'll build this little wall, and then we'll get some drywall. So last block. Okay, that's it. So I think tomorrow we'll, really there's nothing here, not much of a wall. I'm gonna basically put a 2x up that wall and one up the inside of this wall for our door. And I guess I'll have to put a board across the top and some cripples, but that's it. That's gonna take no time at all. So I think we end this one here, Mike. So tomorrow I'll do that, and then we'll start drywalling. That's it. That's a wrap today.
should go like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Comment down below if you think Mike is an amazing cinematographer.
No. Don't do
You make me look good.
Yeah,
You know?
kind of my job. They
Yeah.
put me on just for that.
Yeah, I know. Just to wrangle me in. And,
Full time.
yeah. Okay. So we'll see you tomorrow. See you on the next one, and stay tuned. We're gonna make this place look pretty awesome.